time. Feel the 3 points of each foot rooting into the ground. And then feel like you're lifting the inner arch away from the ground. Really, it feels like you're pulling all the skin of the foot away from those 3 points. Feel the inner line of the legs sliding up into Mula Bandha, the pelvic floor. Firming in Uddiyana Bandha, the very low abdominal area. Try to relax the buttocks. Relax the back muscles. Relax the back of the neck. Relax the jaw and the face. Bring yourself to the Ujjayi breathing. We're going to chant the opening mantra together. I just find online it works a little better like that. Inhaling. Vande Gurunam Charanavinde Sandarshita Swatma Sukhabode Nishreyase Jangalikaya Mane Samsara Hala Moha Shantye Abahu Purushakaram Shankachakasi Darinam Sahasra Shirasam Shwetam Pranamami Patanjali. Exhale, release the arms, opening the eyes. Inhale, open the palms, raise them up. Exhale, fold over the legs. You can soften the knees for that first one. Inhale, lift, lengthen through the spine. Exhale, let's just step back for the first version. Exhale, down, chaturanga. Inhale, Urdhva Mukha. Exhale, Adho Mukha. Scan the body, finding your alignment. And then tune into your breathing, noticing the Ujjayi. And trying to rest somewhat still. It's about 3, 4, and 5. Bending at the knees. You can step forward for the first one. Inhale, long back. Exhale, soften over the legs. Inhale, strong legs all the way up. Exhale, Samasthiti. Second one. Inhale to raise the arms. Exhale, folding over. Inhale, long spine. Exhale, either step or lightly jump back, chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog, gaze to the nose. Exhale, downward facing. Press all 10 fingers firmly into the floor. Press the hands, reach the sitting bones in the opposite direction. Feel the lengthening of the spine. And then you kind of soften the chest, like it's going to soften somewhere between the hands. About 3, 4, and 5. Bending the knees, step or hop forward, long back. Exhale over the legs. Inhale, strong legs all the way to step. Exhale, Samasthiti. Third one. Inhaling, gaze to the thumbs. Exhale, belly in as you go forward. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, Chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing. Take a look at your feet and imagine there's a line at the center of the ankle all the way to the second toe on each foot, and try to make those two lines parallel. It's about 3, 4, and 5. Bend at the knees, come forward, long back. Exhale, over. Inhale, lead with the chest. Samasthiti. Fourth one. Inhaling, exhaling. Inhaling, exhaling. Inhaling, exhaling. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Last one. Inhaling, exhaling. Inhaling, exhaling. Inhaling, exhaling. Staying here, breathing deeply. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Surya Namaskara B. Bend the knees, raise the arms. Exhale over the legs. Inhale, long back. Exhale, jump back. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. So turn the left heel on the floor at an angle. Bring the right foot to the thumb. Inhale, come all the way up, Virabhadrasana. Exhale, place the hands down, step back, Chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Turn the right heel, step the left foot to the thumb. Inhale, all the way up. Exhale, all the way back down, Chaturanga. Inhaling, exhaling. Staying here, breathing deeply. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Bend the knees, inhale, exhale over the legs. Inhale, bend the knees, raising the arms up, and Samasthiti. So inhale, Utthita. Exhale over the legs. Inhale, long back. Exhale, jump back, Chaturanga. Inhale, open the chest. Exhale over the toes. Okay, so we're going to do this differently. You're going to lift your heels high from the floor. Bring your knee close to your chest, your right knee. Lean forward so that your weight is in your hands. And then put your toes next to the thumb. Turn the back foot on the floor at an angle. Make sure the feet are not crossing. And you're going to come up with both legs straight. So 2 legs straight. Then the front foot, you're going to lift the heel, lift the toes. Bring the right hand over the thigh. And all at the same time, you're pulling your thigh up, straightening the knee, and pressing the center of the heel directly into the floor. So you're going to get those thighs engaged without the knee being locked. Put the big toe on the floor, little toe, and the 3 other toes. So now your leg is nice and straight, and you should feel like the skin around the heel is even around the center of the heel. Okay, so basically the front leg and the back leg are the same, it's just the back leg has a little external rotation. So now, the back heel, have a look at that foot, see that the toes are spread, the center of the heel is trying to reach down, and the arch is lifting off the floor. And same feeling, you've got the center of the heel and all the skin even around that heel. Now, take your hands on your thigh, front and back, and lift your thigh skin up. Okay, and then use your thigh, take your inner thigh, and use your hand, lift the inner thigh up, and then pull it back towards the back of the mat. Okay, as soon as you do that, you end up feeling like you're squaring. Sometimes we're tilting forward a little bit, something like that. So try not to get the tilt forward. Feel that back inner thigh reaching away. Take your hand back on the front of the thigh, lift that skin up, get both hip bones, lift the 2 hip bones up, like they're coming up this way. Then keep them lifting and start to bend that front knee. Firm in those left buttocks. Bring your L-shaped hands, lift the low back ribs, open the palms, raise them up. Exhale, put the hands back to the floor, step back, Chaturanga. Upward facing, downward facing. Lift the heels high from the floor, pull the left knee close to you, lean forward so you feel the arms, and then put the toes to the thumb. Turn the back foot on the floor at an angle, come up with 2 legs straight. Lift the toes, lift the heel of that front leg, bring the hand over the thigh. Feel like you're going to press the very center of the heel down as you're lifting those thigh muscles, straightening that leg. So the ankle should look really even, both sides. Push the front big toe down, little toe down, and the other 3 toes. Okay, so the knee is straight, but not locked. Then take your hand on the back thigh. Feel like you're lifting the skin so that you're hooking it into the hip socket. Then start to bring the inner thigh back towards the back of your mat. Have a look at that foot, 3 points, pressing down, arch lifting up, spreading the toes. Okay, so the inner thigh is reaching back. Inner thigh is also reaching up into the pelvic floor. Get your hand on your front thigh, lift that thigh,
Get the hip bone, lift the hip bone, bring the two hip bones together. Low back ribs raising up. Maintain all this and bend the front knee. Open the arms. Exhale, both hands to the floor, step back, chaturanga. Upward dog. Downward dog. Tune back into your breathing. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Bend the knees, gaze where you want to jump, and step or hop, long back. Exhale, head down. Inhale, Utthita Samasthiti. One more. Inhale, Utthita. Exhale, folding over. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. So turn the left foot, find those 3 points, spread the toes, right knee pulls into the chest. Try to lean forward as much as you can. You won't be able to lean forward as much if you keep that back heel on the floor. You have to use your hip flexors in your belly to bring the foot towards the thumb. Keep that back foot on the floor. Make sure you're not locking the knee. Come up, keep the arms down for now, so the front knee is bent. Bring your hand on the upper inner thigh, pull it up into the pelvic floor, and then slide it back towards the back of your mat. Okay, so it helps you swivel that that back hip in the hip socket. Low back ribs lifting up. Raise the arms. Exhale, both hands to the floor, step back, chaturanga. Inhaling, exhaling. Turn the right heel, check the foot, pull the left knee close to you, lean forward, keep pressing the center of the heel, and inhale that foot forward. Come up, arms down, front knee over the heel, use your hand, lift the inner thigh, swivel the inner thigh towards the back of your room. Yeah, and then this way the hip comes forward. Yeah, bend the front knee over the heel, low back ribs up, raise the arms. Exhale, both hands to the floor, chaturanga. Inhaling, exhaling. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Bend the knees, inhale, step or hop. Exhale, over the legs. Inhale, Utthita Samasthiti. Bend the knees, hop the feet apart, chest open, belly in. Exhale, folding over, take the toes. Inhale, straighten the arms, straighten the back. Yeah, try to lift your chest away from the floor a little more. So you're pushing the toes down, and then you're pulling your hands up, like you're gonna lift your toes away from the floor, but they won't go because they're pushing down. And then this way the chest reaches away, belly is firming in, you maintain all that, and then you just turn at the tops of the hips. Okay, so it's the sliding of the pelvis over the femur bones. And of course, you're always welcome to bend the knees. Brigitte, I think you should bend the knees a little bit. I can't tell if you are or not, but it looks like you need to. Gazing to the nose.
Inhale, straighten the arms. Exhale, slide the hands under the feet, toes going up the wrists. Inhale, get a nice long back again. Exhale, folding over. Have the sensation like the lower abdominals, the Uddiyana Bandha, is reaching up towards the ceiling. Gaze to the nose. 3, 4, and 5. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, hands to the hips. Inhale all the way up. Exhale the feet together. Bend the knees, step or hop out to the side, right foot points. Trikonasana, Utthita Trikonasana. Open the arms. Exhale, going over the right side. Gazing to the upper thumb. 1, 2. Push the big toe down. Yeah. Okay. 3, 4, and 5. Press into the feet. Inhale all the way up, turning to the opposite side. Exhale. So when we come into this, feel the tops of the buttocks sliding away and the low back ribs going the opposite direction. Gazing to the upper hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, come up, turning to the other side. So the back leg here is also a Virabhadrasana A leg. So straighten the front leg, swivel the inner thigh towards the back of the room. Take your thumbs on the tops of the buttocks, slide the buttocks down. Take your thumbs on the lower ribs, slide the lower ribs up. And then exhale, bring the spine parallel with the floor. And then take your right hand to the top of your right thigh. Push that hand into the thigh. And then bring your left hand to the floor, either the inner foot or the outer foot. Keep pressing the right hand into the top of the thigh, opening that right side of the body. And then lift your right arm up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, gaze down. Inhale, lift the left arm up, windmilling the arms, turning all the way to the other side. But let's just double check here. So back inner thigh lifting up and sliding towards the back of the room. So that makes the outer thigh swivel forward. Tops of the buttocks down, low back ribs up. Bring the spine parallel with the floor. Put the left hand on the top of your thigh. And you can even use your right hand to spin your chest, but while keeping the rooting of Mula Bandha all the way into the legs. Right hand down, keep pressing that left thigh, open the chest to the side. Lift the left arm up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, gaze down. Inhale, windmill the arms. Exhale, step or hop. Bend the knees, step or hop, a little longer stance. Turn the right foot out. Bend the right knee, open the arms. Exhale, Parsvottanasana. Utthita Parivritta. Feel like if your hand is into the floor, whether it's the fingertips or the palm, you press it into the floor
and feel like you're lifting the right side of the torso slightly away from the floor. About 3, 4, 5. Inhale all the way up, turning, exhaling into the second side. 1. Feel that back thigh lifting up, connecting into the hip bone. 3, 4, 5. Inhale, coming up, turning all the way to the other side. You can lift that back heel from the floor. Try to turn the chest towards your right leg, either hooking the elbow and coming into prayer position, or bringing the whole arm on the outside of that front leg. 1, 2, try to keep the Ujjayi. 3, 4, 5. Exhale, gaze down. Inhale, windmill the arms, turning all the way to the opposite side, and coming into the second side. Do the same thing you did on the first side. Try to keep that back knee straight. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Exhale, gaze down. Inhale, pick up the arms, and back to Samasthiti. Prasaritas. Bend the knees, hop or step apart, fingertips into Uddiyana Bandha. Outsides of the feet parallel, thighs lifting up. Inhale, exhale, go straight forward, put the hands on the floor. Inhale, open the chest. Exhale, the head down. Try to make your chaturanga arms. So you're squeezing the elbows as if you're holding something between the elbows. Okay, so you're always welcome to bend the knees. Brigitte, I think you should straighten your arms. Yeah, straighten the arms, and then feel the shoulder blades sliding away from the ears, and bring the back of the head slightly towards the ceiling, away from the floor. Keep the neck in line with the rest of the spine. Okay, inhale, open the chest. Exhale, hands to the hips. Inhale all the way up. Exhale here. Try to find neutral. Inhale, open the arms. Exhale, hands back to the hips. Inhaling in place. Exhale, tilting forward. 1. Don't do too much back bend there, because your back is actually in a back bend instead of a forward bend right now. So, yes, exactly. Like this. And then you'll use your belly to pull this and pull yourself through. 3, 4, 5. Inhale all the way up. Exhale here. Inhale, open the arms. Exhale, interlace the fingers. Relax the shoulders. So everybody relax your shoulders like this. No squeezing of the upper back. Belly in, the chest is open, but not exaggerated. So relax it. And then exhale, go forward, keeping the belly in, keeping the arms on the legs. Put the head down and just allow the arms to fall over the head. So pull the low ribs in, low front ribs in. Emmy, pull the low rib, and then pull yourself through. Brigitte, bend your knees. And next time you should have a strap between the hands, Brigitte. You just take a little belt or a towel or something. Pressing into the feet. Inhale, come all the way back up. Exhale at the top. Inhale, prepare for the last one. Exhale, go halfway down, take the toes. Inhale, straight back, lower belly in. Exhale, bend the elbows out to the sides. Crown of the head, trying to reach down. Feel like the elbows are going to come over the big toes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, straighten the arms. Exhale, hands to the hips. Inhale, all the way up. Exhale, step or hop. Open the arms to the sides, thumbs down, bend the knees, placing the hands in reverse prayer as you turn and face towards the back of your mat. So align the hips forward, look down, both hips are pointing straight forward, chest open, belly in. Exhale, curling over, as if you're curling over the top of that front right thigh. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale all the way up, turning on the heels, aligning the hips to the front. Exhale, folding down. Lower belly pulling in like you're curling over the top of that front thigh. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale all the way up. Feet come parallel. And exhale, step or hop. Utthita Hasta. Okay, so we're going to start this with a bent knee today. So find your nice Samasthiti and then bend your right knee. Feel like your left buttocks are firming in. It's like it's as if you have this kind of girdle around here and it's all pulling in. And then you lift your right knee, interlace the fingers over the knee, and then use your arms and your shoulder blades to pick up the knee a little higher. Let the knee kind of come a little to the side. Hold with your left hand. Bring your right hand to your big toe. Come, do it the opposite way. This only works if you're hyper-flexible, right? Hand in here. Yeah, this works, but you have to be really flexible behind the legs. Okay, so now you're holding on with your right shoulder blade. Think about the center of the heel, arcing forward and up. And just stop wherever you need to. So if you need to stop here, then you stop here. You're using your arm muscles. If it happens that your leg straightens, you're still pulling. And then if both legs are straight, then you tilt forward. Good. 3, 4, use the arm, lift the leg. If you're forward, inhale, lift up. Exhale, everybody opens to the sides, feeling like you're externally rotating the hip joint. So that it's the leg opening, not the whole side of that body. Ooh. Gazing to the opposite side. Firm in the left buttocks. About 4. Feel like you're dropping the right sitting bone, still lifting the leg with the right arm. Inhale back to the center. Exhale, lift and fold. Inhale. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, hands to the hips. And lower down. It's true, it's a hard day. It's a hard practice day. Buttock, sore buttock. Okay, so this is that's good. That means that you're doing it well. Okay, so straighten the right leg, right buttock firms, soften the left knee, pick up the knee, interlace the fingers. So first we need to understand that you're using your arms to lift your leg, right? So the knee comes up high here. Use your right hand, left hand on the inside of the knee, get your toe. Release the right hand. Think about the very center of the heel. Just think about the standing foot and the center of that heel. And the shoulder blade. Lots to think about. Or lots to have consciousness of. If it's okay, then maybe you tilt forward. Inhale, lift the chest. And then think about externally rotating that thigh as it opens so that the left sitting bone feels heavy. Inhale back to the center. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lift. And both hands to the hips. Firm in those right buttocks and hamstrings. And release. Shake it out. Okay, so Ardha Baddha, turning the right knee out, 2 hip bones forward. So if you have any knee problems, then maybe you do the tree instead. Okay? Otherwise, you can attempt this. Close the back of the knee. Take your hands like you're going to cradle either side of your ankle, and then really firmly close the back of the knee, bringing the heel towards you, towards the center, near the navel. Then reach the right arm out, thumb goes down, bring the hand around, either getting the arm or getting the toe. If you don't quite get the toe, maybe you start to tilt forward, and then maybe you get your toe. And then find a point to look at, put the fingers on that point, and then have a look at your knee. You want your knee to be about aligned with the other knee, and then you're gonna see if you go further. If you're going further, you're folding over that front leg. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, soften the standing leg. Just think about that standing foot. And then inhale, come up. Exhale to release. Second side. So both hip bones forward, turning the left knee out. So it's an external rotation in that thigh. Either coming into the tree, closing the back knee, cradling your ankle, pulling the heel towards you. Keep the knee up high for now. Bring the left arm around, reaching either the arm or the toe. And if you don't get it, then you start to go forward. If you get your toe, then actually you're trying to bring your knee down and lift the belly in. Looking at your point, trying to stay nice and steady, and then put your hand on that point. You could also put it on a block or 2 blocks. And then you could stay here, or you can slide that right hand back and fold over the leg. Inhale, if you're folded, first you lift, bend the standing leg, only think about that foot. Inhale, come up. Exhale. come back to the fronts of the mats, toes together. Inhale, raise the arms. Exhale, over the legs. Inhale, raise the chest. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog, gaze to the nose. Exhale, downward dog. So we're going to come directly to sitting today. So look way far ahead, bend the knees, and try to jump through Dandasana. Press the heels into the floor, nice straight legs, hands beside the hips, lifting the sternum up, trying to make a lumbar curve. And then gaze down the nose. 1, 2, press the heels down actively. 3, 4, you guys look good. And 5. Inhale, lift the chin. Exhale, take the toes. Inhale, so this is the same as the standing version. You're pushing the feet away, but you're pulling your toes towards you, right? So that you're using that resistance to straighten the arms and lift the chest, right? You feel that? Okay, and then that's the inhale, the lower belly is staying in, and then the exhale, you just slide the elbows out to the side, and it feels like you're just rolling the pelvis over the tops of the femur bones. And then if you stop, you could stop here, for example, and just stay, gaze to the toes, breathing deeply. And then inhale, straighten the arms. Exhale, take the sides of the feet. So for example, if you are a little tighter, you can bend the knees, take the sides of the feet, and it's the same thing. You're kind of pulling your feet towards you as your feet push away. It's not like a war, it's like a effortless effort kind of thing, but there is some resistance. You're not just dropping forward. So this helps you open the chest, and when you're pulling, I don't know, I feel like the lower belly sucks in, right? When I lift, pull, and push the feet, my chest opens, the lower belly sucks in, so you're getting the bandha. And then exhale, fold, trying to keep the neck in line with the spine. So don't hesitate to bend the knees, especially I think if you're trying to build the flexibility, doing some with straight legs and some with bent knees gets you there. And inhale, lift. So some of you might take your wrist, okay, and go beyond. I'm gonna still demonstrate the bent knee version. So chest is open, then come forward, keep the thighs and the ribs touching. And then from here, for the third one, if your knees were bent, then press the centers of the heels away. Try to keep this connection and see if you can challenge it a little bit. Okay, now keep the back exactly as it is. So try not to change the back. And then see if you can straighten your legs. So even if it's not touching. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, release. Point the ankles. Heels are about 1 centimeter or so apart. Thighs are engaged. So open the hands so you notice you have to use your belly, you have to use your thighs. And then slide the hands back. Let the shoulders slide forward. Put the hands, press into the hands, press into the heels. Inhale, lift up. So if you're doing the full version, you go ahead. Otherwise, look down the legs and make sure that the legs are straight, the belly is in. And even if the toes don't touch the floor, it doesn't matter. You want the knees pointing up and the ankles straight. And so you could hold like this. And exhale, lowering down, crossing at the ankles. Let's make a little ball in the with the body. So you're holding in tight. Swivel the elbows so the elbows point kind of at an arc forward and up, and then fingers down, and then you have to try to stay looking up. Inhale, lift, drag yourself through, and then if you can, you're jumping directly or step like I do, and chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Bending at the knees, step or hop through, coming all the way through. And we'll do the next, we'll skip the lotus and we'll do Trianga Mukhaikapada. So you're going to bring your left hand beside you, bend your right knee, squish the back of the calf, and then notice that there's this flesh here. You want to pull that in. Put the ankle nice and straight on the floor, press into the outer foot. Okay, so look down, both hip bones need to be pointing straight forward. Put the hands on the tops of the thighs, press into the tops of the thighs, and so that you feel the chest lifting. And of course, you could always sit on something. Okay, now keep the chest lifted, tops of the thighs down, lower belly in. Start to tilt yourself forward. You can take a bind. Inhale again, pull, open the chest. Exhale, fold. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, release, lean to one side, straighten out that leg, lean to the other side, bending that knee, close the back of the knee, get that flesh here, pull it inside. So you want to have no space between your foot and your hip, and both sitting bones evenly onto the floor. Okay, take the hands on the tops of the thighs, press the tops of the thighs down, lift the chest. Press the baby toes down, lift the inner thigh. Lift this like it's lifting up. Press the toes. And then keep the chest open, tilt forward, take your bind, pull with the arms, exhale, fold. Inhale, lifting up. Exhale, release. You could jump back from here actually. This is not as hard as some of the other jump backs. You put your hands halfway down the thighs, press your toes, the back toes, and you can jump here. Chaturanga. Upward dog. Downward dog. You're going to jump through, try not to let the feet touch. We're skipping a lot. We're coming to Navasana. So we're going to start the second half of primary series. So if you're newer to that, then you can keep your knees bent and shins parallel to the floor, holding the backs of the knees. Cross at the ankles, pull your knees in, don't let the feet touch the floor, put the hands on the floor, forward, more forward, yeah, and don't let the feet touch. Push. Even if you don't lift up, doesn't matter, just push. Okay, second one. So you can again keep the knees bent. Cross the opposite ankle, pull in, push. Even if you don't lift up, don't let the feet touch. Straighten. Cross the opposite way, press. Doesn't matter if you don't lift up, just don't let the feet touch and just press the hands. And fourth one, I think. And you always can keep the knees bent and you can always hold behind the legs. Cross the opposite ankles, you're switching back and forth. Press.
coming in. Hard one to do. Press, lift, drag yourself through, and swing back and jump. Chaturanga. Inhale. Exhale. Okay, so there's a few different things we can do here. Either you're jumping your feet around the hands and having them land in front of the hands, or you're going to jump forward. You guys can jump around. Either that, or you're jumping forward and you're going to come into a squat position, something like that. So either in your squat position, or you're jumping around, and then you're trying to bring your legs on your arms and squeeze and hold on. So either you're in the squat position, yeah, that's good. Or you're trying to cross your ankles, Bhujapidasana. And you can press your hands, let the head come down to the floor. You can put the toes on the floor if you're a little afraid. Yeah, go, 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 go. You can do it, yes! Okay, so either you come up,
Okay, good. Titivasana, Bakasana,
or dead bug pose.
and just do vinyasa any way you can. Don't worry about it. Just make it fun.
Okay, and then coming to the same thing, jumping around. So either you're going to come into a Titivasana, right? Oops. So something like that, and then lower down, or you just come to this position, something like this, heels together, hold your feet, and just release a little forward. Good. Press the heels away. So listen, just bring your heels together like that, and then you come forward. Wherever you can go to, it doesn't matter, just relax. Those who are going to work on Supta, oh, Elodie, good. Now you need to get the bum down. Sometimes at the beginning it's just kind of a clunk down, doesn't matter, you know, it'll get more graceful in time. So those are unsure. So you're making your legs into a diamond shape, like that. Okay, lower belly in, tilting forward. The diamond shape should be about the length of your torso. So you imagine your forehead down to the floor, down to the heels. Okay, so if it doesn't go there, it doesn't matter. You can just stay sitting here, and then you try to firm in the belly, but relax the buttocks. You okay if I help? Sorry, because I'm wearing a mask. It's okay. It's okay about the arms. Oops, sorry. Okay, so just come out of this however you can get out. Good job. Do a vinyasa. Good, Jan. Oh, I didn't see the comment. What was the comment? You cannot see the leg. You can't see my legs. Oh my God, you have to unmute yourself and tell me. Sorry about that. I don't see the comments. They're too small. Just unmute you. Don't worry about interrupting. Sorry about that, guys. Okay, coming through. And Garbha Pindasana.
So if you know Virabhadrasana, you do that. Otherwise, you're going to take yourself into this little ball shape like this. And then you're going to rock back and forth. Keep the chin tucked in so you don't hurt your neck. And just rock back and forth about 9 times.
I feel bad. I don't know if I should be helping you or not. This COVID thing. 8 and 9. Big butt. Not at all. Okay. Do your vinyasa. That's it. Push, jumping through Baddha Konasana. Soles of the feet together. Just bringing the soles of the feet together. A little more of an easy pose now. Even if the knees don't come down, doesn't matter if the knees are up high. Bring the fingertips behind you and then arc so that you get a little lumbar curve. So you could stay something like this, for example. If the knees come down, then same thing. You just press and try to keep your arc in the lower back. Open the feet like a book. So you could stay like this. If the knees are completely down and you can keep your perpendicular pelvis, then you can take your toes and exhale. Okay, so you don't have to do the whole thing, you just do what feels good for you. If you folded, you inhale, you come up. The next one's kind of weird, like you're squeezing the belly, trying to make yourself into this little ball and trying to bring the forehead towards the toes. Good. And then inhale, come back up, and you're holding your feet, trying to make a nice straight back, chin in. Okay, so now there's a vinyasa here, so you can decide if you want to do the vinyasa or you want to skip the vinyasa, no problem, just skip it. Otherwise, you're crossing, lifting, trying to go through, doing your vinyasa. Coming back through, separating the feet. So different versions here. You can sit with your fingertips behind you, trying to sit up nice and tall, checking the kneecaps and the feet are pointing up directly to the top. Or you tilt forward, take the sides of the feet, inhale, open the chest, exhale, go forward. And just do whichever version feels most comfortable for you. Try to make sure the feet are pointing straight up to the ceiling. So LDD, bring your feet closer together and hold the sides of your feet, the outsides, like this. Yeah. Good. Then inhale, open the chest. And you're back. I was like, I thought you went away, but you were out of the camera. And all of a sudden I see your face popping up. Okay, so now you inhale, you lift up, and you can balance here. So you could balance holding your thighs, for example,
or your ankles or the sides of the feet. And then lift, and if you're quite flexible, you're trying to point the ankles and then pull the toes back. Yeah, and lift the chest up. Good job. To use the bandhas to balance. That's all it's about. Okay, and then you release, you do a vinyasa. Cross, lift, jump. And if you want to do, yeah, okay, good. I see you guys are modifying the vinyasa already. And then you jump through or step through, straighten the legs, hands on the thighs, roll down to come lying down. Inhale, lift the legs, bring the feet over the head, separate the feet, and take the big toes. Holding there. Okay, shouldn't hurt the neck. Separate the feet wider. Wilson, open the feet wide. Oh yeah, your hair. Let's see what's going on here. So when you're there, while you're holding it, you want to feel like the tops of the thighs are reaching up to the ceiling. So you're not just letting all the weight hang into the upper body and the neck. Okay, you can, Brigitte, you can keep your hands on the back. Keep the hands on the back so that you balance yourself. Okay, now the next part, you have to round your back because while you're holding it, you're trying to straighten the back, but then you have to round the back and inhale, roll up and try to balance on the sitting bones. Yeah, and that's the end of the inhale. Then pull the toes towards you like this and exhale, try to go forward. And then you can do a vinyasa. That's okay. If you don't get up, no worries, Tanya. And try to keep your chin in a little bit for the upward dog. Okay, coming through. Then straighten the legs out in front of you. Put the hands on the thighs. Come to lie down. Lie down on the back. Yeah. Inhale, lift the right leg up. Take the big toe. Exhale, pull the face and the upper back up off the floor. Okay, left hand on the thigh. Good. That's good. Then inhale the head down, turn so the left ear is on the floor. Exhale, open the right leg out to the side. And you can also do that with a bent knee. Inhale, the leg back up. Exhale, head and shoulders up. Inhale, head down. Exhale, leg down. Inhale, left leg up. Take the toe. Exhale, curl the upper back off the floor. Exhale, inhale the head down. Exhale, open to the side. Inhale the leg up. Exhale, head and shoulders up. Inhale, head down. Exhale, leg down. And then this would be Chakrasana. Inhale, lift the legs and roll to a backward somersault, or you just roll to one side and come up. Okay, if you've not done this in person, I think it's one of those poses is better to learn with the teacher, because then I can actually help you. Okay, jumping through, straighten the legs. Place the hands on the thighs. Roll down, use your belly. Inhale the legs over the head. Take the toes. And then automatically, you can bend the knees as you come up. You make a ball with your spine. Inhale, roll up. So you can land like this, yeah. And then start to straighten the legs. Open the chest. And you could also hold behind the legs like this. Keep the chin more neutral. Even if you're looking up, the chin is a little more neutral and the chest is lifting. Then cross at the ankles, put the hands down. Inhale, so you can do a variation. You can bring the fingers in front of the feet and step, or do any kind of vinyasa you want to do. Open the chest, over the toes, coming through, hands on the legs, lowering down. Inhale, lift the legs over the head. This time you're taking the outsides of the feet, thumbs on top, fingers behind, and usually you come up with straight legs, but you can bend the knees, make your back a little round. Inhale, just roll up, and so you end like this, yeah? And then try to straighten the legs, open like a V, you could hold behind, and so you're opening like a V. And then the next part is the strength of the arms. So shoulder blades, arms, engaging and pulling yourself towards your legs and your legs towards you. Listen, go something like that. Keep your chin more neutral. And then if you're folded, first you inhale, open, exhale, release, lift, and jump. Coming through for Setu Bandhasana. So the few of you that know the Setu Bandhasana, you're going to go ahead and do that. Otherwise, I'm going to give you a variation where you bring your feet kind of like that shape. I don't know if you can see on the camera. Okay. And the outsides of the feet on the floor. And you're making this long diamond shape with your legs. So it's not as short as what we did with the Supta Kurmasana. So it's a long diamond shape. And then you're going to slide your hands back. You can do the full version if you really know the full version. And then you're pressing into the hands, pressing the sides of the feet, press and lift up as you straighten the legs. Okay, so feel the buttocks engaging, the hamstrings engaging, the thighs, the lower belly, pulling the toes up. If you're doing the full version, when you come out, here it's a chakrasana. Okay, otherwise just come down and lie on the back. Okay, for Urdhva Dhanurasana. So go ahead and do your Urdhva Dhanurasana. For a few of you or might not know what that is, bring the feet parallel. Bring the elbows close to the waist. Press the full arm bone, so even the top of the arm, into the floor, so you feel this doming effect across the upper body. And then press the feet, press the elbows. Inhale, lift the hips from the floor. Okay, so The feet should be parallel, the shins are parallel, the thighs are parallel. LODD, bring your knees a little closer together. Yeah, good. After about 5 breaths, you come back down. And LODD, I think you can separate the feet wider too. Yeah, exactly. Okay, and then again, inhale, lifting up. So either the baby back bend or the full back bend. Don't feel pressured to do the full version, especially if you haven't been taught it, at least in person or like kind of workshop style through Zoom. Exhale, after 5 breaths, you come back down. Last one, inhale up. And Jen, if you want, you can try to walk your hands towards your feet. Okay, everybody come down. And bring the knees to the chest to relax for a moment. So if you're landed on your back and you feel like it's really appropriate for you, you can do a chakrasana. Otherwise, just turn to one side and come to sit, or rock to come to sit for Paschimottanasana, sitting forward bend. Press that, Hans. I can help you. Oh, good.
Yes.
Okay, everybody into a forward bend. Here we usually start, if you're following the traditional, you usually start with 10 breaths now. From the Urdhva Dhanurasana, this is starting the finishing sequence. Okay, inhale, lift up. We're going to do a shoulder stand or put your legs up the wall. Usually there's a vinyasa in here, but we're going to skip that. So if you're doing the shoulder stand and you haven't done this before, bring the shoulders a little bit close to the ears. Press the elbows to the floor. Bring your knees in. Push into the elbows. Use the belly and the leg muscles. Inhale, roll up, and then you're just going to support your back with your hands and hold something like this. Okay? So if this is the first time you're doing that pose. It should never hurt the neck. And you want to have more weight in the arms than on the neck. The back of the head is slightly pushing into the floor, but not in any kind of a forceful way. And the heels are trying to go over the hips. Okay? And if for any reason the neck starts to feel stiff or uncomfortable, it's really better just to come down. Brigitte, I think you have a blanket there. I would also fold the mat because it's too slippery, especially long sleeve
sweater and blanket, you won't be able to keep your elbows there. So you fold the fold the mat, so you've got your blanket here, right? I see what you've done. And then you take your mat and you put it on the blanket, okay, so that you still have a sticky mat. You can go into halasana if you're going into this, bringing either the knees to the forehead or the feet down to the floor. Yeah, that's better. If you're comfortable, you're interlacing the fingers behind the back. And then ideally, you feel like you're lifting the tops of the thighs up towards the ceiling. So the feet are still down, but you're just trying to get some more elongation in the spine from halasana. Because often we just let the legs take over and we're overstretching the lower back, or maybe elsewhere as well. Kurmasana, bringing the knees towards the ears. Okay, if at any point it's not comfortable, just roll out and do what you want to do. If it's possible, you're taking the hands behind the back. And interlacing yes, exactly. Interlacing the fingers. LEDM, interlace your fingers behind the back. Yeah, and put the hands on the floor. Yes, exactly. Okay, we're just going to roll out of that position. So we're going to skip the next couple. So from Kurmasana, just straighten your legs. Your hands can be on the floor. And roll out. Let the legs come onto the floor. Keep the legs together. Press into the elbows. Lift the chest for just a modified Matsyasana, fish pose. You're in fish. You want to have this sensation like the spine is reaching through the front of the body. So the head is on the floor. Tanya, straighten your arms. It'll help. Tanya, straighten the arms. Tanya, maybe it's some way I'm pronouncing your name. Yeah, the arms are straight when you're in it. Yeah, but lying down. Yeah, exactly. And then hands on the floor. Good. Okay, press into the elbows, tuck the chin, coming out. Up to you, Chakrasana, backward somersault, or roll up to sit. Do a vinyasa. One last one. Okay, we won't do the headstand. We're just going to come into a sitting position. If you're doing lotus, you can do lotus position or half lotus or no lotus. Do what feels good for your knees and your ankles and your lower back. Okay. So, taking the elbows behind you. If you know that your head's not going to touch the floor, then you can fold forward and put a block or cushion under the forehead. If you don't have anything, then actually I find this way even better, is the hands forward, like that. In any way that you're not just letting the head hang at the end of the cervical spine. Yeah, if If your head touches, you don't need anything. Calming the body, calming the breath. See if you can come back to even breathing with Ujjayi, so the sound, inhales and exhales the same length. Inhale, lift the torso. We're just going to bring our first finger and thumbs together, straighten the other 3 fingers, straighten the arms, lift the chest, and bring the chin down. You can gaze down the nose. That's the traditional drishti. Although I think that if you want, you can also close the eyes, bring yourself inwards. Finding Mula Bandha, Uddiyana Bandha. Listening to Ujjayi. And then Utthita, so you're lifting up. If you're not in lotus, flex the feet, put the heels on the floor, try to keep the knees together, hands in front of the hips, squeeze the fingers into the floor. So you get the engaging of the hands, lean forward, kind of look a little bit upwards, and then lift the buttocks and stay something like that. And then you release. You can either do vinyasa or just come to lie down. And if you're doing this, because I saw what you were doing, what you were missing is swiveling the elbows towards each other. Like the inner elbow is trying to point kind of up that way. And then you pull in the belly to start, right? I'm trying to suck it all in, put the elbows, and then I have to push the belly. So once I'm there, pushing the belly in, and then using your fingers, your hands are too close to your knees. And then trying to press the hands, press the belly, lifting, 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 lifting. And that's it. I can help you. You want to? No? Yeah. And then just coming to a Shavasana, a well-deserved. I know that was a hard class today. That was, yeah. Lift your knees. Yes. You're welcome. Okay, just lying down. Now is the time to let go. Shavasana is there for a reason. Means corpse pose. Doesn't mean we're dying after the hard class. That's not the meaning. The meaning is to recognize that we need to learn to let go. So whatever happened during that practice, we just let go of it. We don't judge. It's finished. It's over. We let go of the body. We let go of the breath. We let go of any thoughts passing through the mind. Anything passes through the mind, engage with the thoughts. Feel like the mind is settling. Like all those thoughts are just little grains of sand settling to the bottom of the sea. They're settling into the brainstem. Allowing the breath to become more and more silent.
body. Making your way to a sitting position. We'll chant the closing mantra. Sending all the benefits of yoga out to all beings everywhere. Swasti Prajaya Paripalanyantam Nyayena Margena Manim Maisha Go Brahmanebhya Shubhamastu Nityam Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Namaste. Namaste.